Good evening and a warm welcome to CSAT Made Easy 2025 series, where we discuss the most exam specific questions and concepts from the angle of CSAT paper of 25 year. I am Sachin Gopanal, and our today's topic of discussion, it is the most important concept of mathematics section in your CSAT paper, that is number system. Let's begin with the class, and as always we will begin with basic questions where we will learn basic concept and gradually raise up to exam level questions. Let's take a look at the first question. If P plus Q is equal to T0, where P, Q and T are digits, what is the value of T0? Now, what is this T0? It is a two-digit number like 80 or 90 or 70, something like that. It is anything. It is a two-digit number with the last digit at 0. Now, they are telling us that P plus Q, it is equal to T0. Now, what is the possible value of T0? How do we calculate this one? And further they have told us that P, Q and T, they are single digits. Okay. So, if let us try the biggest possible values for P and Q. If P were 9 and Q were also 9, then it would be 18, right? We do not get T0. However, the sum of the biggest digits, it is only 18. So, we cannot expect T0 to be 20 at all, because the biggest value that the sum of the P plus Q it can have is only 18. So, it is not 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 or 80 or 90 at all. The only value that T0 it can take is 10. How? P and Q, they can be 1 plus 9, 1 plus 9 is 10, or they can be 5 plus 5, that is also 10, or they can be something else, 7 plus 3, they can be. So, here P would be 7, Q would be 3 and T would be 1. So, the only possible value for T0 is 10. Done. Okay. We learnt a basic concept here. Let's go to an advanced level question now. If P plus Q is equal to T0, where P, Q and T are distinct digits. Now, this is the key point here, distinct. So, they cannot, none of them are same equal to the other. For example, if P is 5, Q cannot be 5. Done. Now, how many possible values can P have? Okay. Let us see what happens here. Now, 1 plus 9, it would be 10. We have already established that the only value that T0 can take is 10. So, we shall try all the combinations and see. So, 2 plus 8, that would be 10. Then 3 plus 7, that would also be 10. 4 plus 6, that would also be 10. And 5 plus 5, that would also be 10. Now, we need not go further, because it is only a reverse order of the already written. So, this and this, they are same. So, we need not go. We will just look here. Now, 1 plus 9 is equal to 2. Here P and T, they happen to be same. So, we will reject it. Now, 2 plus 8 is equal to 10. Yes, it is perfectly valid. Then 3 plus 7 is equal to 10. Yes, 3, 7, 1 are, all of them are distinct. It is perfectly valid. 4, 6, 1. P is 4, Q is 6 and T is 1. Yes, very good. However, 5 plus 5 is equal to 10, where here P and Q, they are same. So, this is not valid. So, we have 3 pairs where P, Q and T, all of them are different, and this holds good. However, we did not write the reverse orders, right? For example, we left out this one. 8 plus T is equal to 20, then 7 plus 3 is equal to 10, then 6 plus 4 is equal to 10. Yes. So, how many possible values can P have? The answer is 6. They can have any of these. So, the answer is 6. Do we have an option? No, right? So, it is none of the above. Okay. Let's go to the next question now. If P plus Q is equal to T0, where P, Q and T are digits and P is less than Q, how many possible values can P have? In the previous problem, they had asked us, they had given us a condition that all of them, P, Q and T, they are distinct. However, here they have given us a condition that P is less than Q. Now, there is no condition that P and T should be distinct or Q and T should be distinct. The only condition is that P should be less than Q. Now, let us see how this happens. Again, we have already established that T0, it can only be 10, no other possible value satisfy the condition for T0. So, P and Q, they can be 1 plus 9 is equal to 10, then 2 plus 8, that is also equal to 10, 3 plus 7 equals 10, and 4 plus 5 equals 10. Now if we go to, 4 plus 6 equals 10. Now if we go to 5 plus 5 equals 10, now we are not satisfying the condition which is P less than Q, because now 5 plus 5 is equal to 10, that would mean P is equal to Q. So no, then we cannot go further at all. 6 plus 4 is equal to 10, no, then 6 would be greater than 4. So these are the only 4 possible combinations possible: 1 plus 9, 2 plus 8, 3 plus 7 and 4 plus 6. So how many possible values can P take? The answer is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the answer is option A, 4. Now let's go to the next question. If P plus Q plus R is equal to T0, where P, Q, R and T are digits and P is less than Q is less than R, what is or are the possible values of T0? Now earlier we had only 2 numbers to add, right? P and Q. They were single digit numbers, P and Q. Now we have P, Q, R. We need to add all of them and we need to see what is the possible value of T0. Now when there are only 2 digits, we would get only 10. Let us see what happens when we have 3 digits. Let's give the numbers P, Q and R. Yes, there is a condition P, Q, R. However, to understand the equation first, we shall ignore this condition and see. Let us give P, Q and R the most maximum possible values. That would be 9 plus 9 plus 9. I know that this does not satisfy the condition. However, this is to only understand, only to make ourselves understand what are the possible values that T0 can take. Now 9 plus 9 plus 9, that would be 27, right? So the maximum value that the sum of P, Q and R it can take is 27. So it cannot reach up to 30 at all. So what are the possible values that T0 can take? That would be less than 27. It can be either 10 or 20. So let us see. Now let us think about the condition. P is less than Q is less than R. Now 1 plus 2 plus 7, that would give us 10, where P is less than Q is less than R. Now we shall try to make 20. 5 plus 6 plus 9, that will give us 20. So we satisfied the condition where P is less than Q is less than R, and we can make up 10 and 20. So how many possible values can T0 have? That would be 10 and 20. So these are the only 2 possible values for T0 when you are adding 3 numbers which happen to be single digits. Done. Now let's go to an advanced level question. If P plus Q plus R is equal to T0, where P, Q, R and T are digits and P is less than Q is less than R, how many possible values can Q have? Now we need to see how many possible values are possible for Q. Let us see how it turns out. The condition here is that P is less than Q is less than R. Okay. Now we can only make 10 and 20, right? We have already established that in this condition the only possible values for T0 is it is either 10 or 20. So first we shall see in the case of 10. Now if then let us see if P is 1, then Q can be the least value that Q can take is 2. It cannot be 1 because P is less than Q. Then if we have 1 plus 2 here, then it has to be R has to be 7 to make up a 20. Done. Let us try other combinations. 1 plus 3, then R would be 6 because 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 6 it would be 10. Then we shall see 1 plus 4. 1 plus 4, that would make up 5. So the other 5 can be R. Okay, 1 plus 4 plus 5. 1 plus 4 plus 5 is 10. Next, can we see 1 plus 5 plus? No, because 1 plus 5 we already got 6. Then to get a 10, it has to be 4. But we have a condition P is less than Q is less than R. So we cannot go for this one. So the only possible values for Q to get 10 is 2, 3 and 4. There is another condition where we need to check for 20 also. Now if P is 1, then if Q is 2, then R has to be 17 to make up a 20, but R is a single digit, so this is not possible. So if P is 1, then if Q is 3, then we will have 16. No, we shall see. If P is 1 and R is 6, then still R has Q is 6, then R has to be 13. No, still not possible. If P is 1 and Q is 9, then we have to get R as 10. That is also not possible because R is a single digit. So 1 is not an option for P at all. Let us try 2. If P is 2 and Q is 8, even then R has to be 10. That is also not possible. And we cannot give a value of 9 to Q because Q is to be less than R. If P is again 2 and if Q is 7, then it has to be 11. No, not possible. We shall then I think the values of 1 and 2, they are not possible for P at all. We shall see 3 for P. If P is 3, then Q can be, the least value that Q can have is, we shall give the maximum value for R 9, then Q can be 3 and 9, they have already make up 12, so this can be 8, then we will have a 20. Then this is the only possible value, these are the only possible combination with P being 3. Now let us try making a P 4. If P is 4 and the maximum value 9 we assign it to R, then Q can be how much? It can be 7, then also we will have a 20. Then if P is 4, if P is 4 and if we give a value of 8 to R, then we will get 8 in Q. No, that is not possible. Then if P is 5 and R is 9, then we will have 6 here. 5 plus 6 plus 9 is 20. Okay. Then if P is 5 again and if R is 8, then we can expect a 7 here. That is also possible. Then these are the only possible combinations with P being 5. Then if P is 6 and R is 9, then Q can be 5, but no, because P has to be less than Q. So these are the only possible combinations. We have how many sets? We got totally 3 sets. Now let us count the distinct values of P. Now Q can be 2, then it can be 3, then it can be 4, then it can be 6, it can be 7, and it can also be 8. Then again 7 and 8 repeat. So these are the only possible values for Q. Q can have totally 6 values. So our answer is option D. Now let us go to a further advanced question. If triple P plus triple Q plus triple R is equal to TTT 0, where P, Q and R, P, Q, R and T are digits and P is less than Q is less than R, how many possible values can R have? Now this looks very difficult, however this is very similar to the, this is exactly similar to the previous problem. I will tell you how. Now they are telling us that by adding PPP and QQQ and RRR, you get TTT0, correct? So it means that P plus Q plus R, it has to make up P plus Q plus R, look at the unit digits only. It means that P plus Q plus R, it has to make up a 2-digit number which has a 0 at the end. It means P plus Q plus R, it has to make up a 2-digit number which has 0 at the end. So how many such possibles are there? We have already established that when 3 single digits are added and you need to get a 2-digit number with last digit being 0, the only possible values are 10 and 20. So this is the same condition applies here. If P plus Q plus R, they happen to be 10, let's say, then 1 will take carry, then again P plus Q plus R, it would be 10, then we will add 1 to it, we get 11, and 1 carry, again 11, so it will be 1110. Or if P plus Q plus R is 20, then we will send 2 carry here. P plus Q plus R, again it would be 20 plus 2, 22, so we will send 2 here. Again P plus Q plus R, that would be 22, so we will get 2, 2, 2. So the only possible values for triple T 0, that is either 1110 or it is 222 0. So we need not worry about the 3 digits at all. We only need to worry about P plus Q plus R, it being T0. If we satisfy that condition, this 3 digit thing, it will get satisfied by itself. Okay. Now we shall see how to do that. It is very similar to the previous problem. P plus Q plus R, it is equal to T0. So triple P plus triple Q plus triple R is equal to triple T0. It is synonymous to P plus Q plus R is equal to T0. If this condition is satisfied, then that condition gets satisfied by itself. Now, and the further the given condition that P is less than Q is less than R. Now, how many possible values can R have? We shall just go to the previous problem and see how many possible values can R have. R can have, looking at this, it can have 5 here, it can have 6 here, then it can have the value of 7 here, then it can have the value of 9, and again 9 and 9 and 8 repeat. So how many possible values can R have? The answer is 4, 5, 6, 7 and 9. So the answer is 4. Done. Okay. Now 5, 6, 7. We have also 8, right? We have also 8, sorry. We have also 8. So R can have 5 possible values. No, not 4. R can have 5 possible values. Starting from 5 up till 9, it can have any value. So the value of R can be. So R can have 5 values. The answer is option B, 5. Now, based on the same concept, it is time to answer a homework question. Let PP, QQ and RR be 2 digits numbers where P is less than Q is less than R. If PP plus QQ plus RR is equal to TT0, where TT0 is the 3 digit number ending with 0, consider the following statements. The number of possible values of P is 5, the number of possible values of Q is 6, which of the statements is correct. Now, you need not worry about these 2 digits at all, just satisfy this condition. P plus Q plus R, it is equal to T0, and check out the combinations and see how many values can P have and how many values can Q have. Based on that, pick which of the given statements is correct or wrong, and that will be your answer. Do answer this one and leave your answers in the comment section. We shall discuss the solution to this problem in the next class. Now it is time to answer the previous class's homework question. How many diagonals can be drawn by joining the vertices of an octagon? What is an octagon? We have learnt in the previous problem that an octagon is a polygon with 8 sides. It has 8 sides or 8 vertices, and they are asking us to find out how many diagonals are possible for it. We have a ready formula for it. What is the formula? The number of diagonals, it is given by the formula n into n minus 3 divided by 2, where n is the number of sides. Okay. And an octagon, how many sides does it have? As I told you, an octagon has 8 sides. We will substitute the value of 8 in here. So 8 into 8 minus 3 divided by 2. So it would be 8 into 5 divided by 2. 2 divides 8. 2 4s are 8. 4 into 5, that would be 20. So how many diagonals can an octagon have? The answer is 20, option A. I hope that you liked the class and you found it beneficial to you. If you like our classes, do watch us regularly. We upload one episode every alternating day. Thank you, and most of all, happy studying.